This is a message that applies to 99% of you listening right now.
Because that's how many of you can be covered by fast and reliable service on the Boost Mobile network with 99% nationwide coverage.
And if you're thinking, no, I'm special, I'm the 1%. Boost Mobile's amazing 5G network doesn't apply to me. I don't want to hear it.
You're either that one guy in 100 who actually likes black licorice, or you're a billionaire. And in my experience, Rory, I find both generally untrustworthy.
But for the other 99% of you, listen up.
Right now, when you switch to Boost Mobile, you can get an iPhone 15 with dynamic island and a 48 megapixel camera for $99.99.
That's $99.99 for an iPhone 15 on a nationwide 5G network.
I'm 99% positive Boost Mobile just gave all of us a really, really good deal, Rory.
In-store offer, $35 device setup fee may apply. Requires credit qualifications, ID verification, and activation on a $60 plan. Taxes extra. 5G speeds not available in all areas.
All right, Rory, we back at the BET Awards 2025.
Yes, sir.
Talking to some of our favorite peoples, and our next guest, definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's your guy.
And I never understood why we don't talk more about him when it comes to West Coast rap and in general. But I'm glad that, I finally got the pleasure to meet him here today. We are sitting with Perico. South Central.
Yeah.
How you feeling,
South
family?
Central. I'm feeling real good, man.
Pleasure to meet you finally. But I've been following you for some years now. And off mic, I was like, I never understood why they don't talk about you more when we had them conversations about West Coast rap. What is it? What is it? Is it politics? What exactly is happening?
I mean, it could be politics, bro, because where I'm from, we like outlaws, you know what I'm saying? In the city, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, it could be females, it could be. I'll be around, man. You know what I'm saying? But
that's usually what does it before anything else. Is women.
Yeah, I mean,
women in common.
Yeah, it could be anything, but my whole thing is I don't let it bother me. I just keep putting it down.
Working.
Because when the story told, it's gonna be big. It's gonna be right. You know what I'm saying? So, the time will come.
So we had an interesting last couple months with a lot of the rappers from out on the West Coast and some rappers from the East Coast with Joey Badass, and kind of had that energy going. Yeah. Somebody like you that's obviously been in the game for a while, sitting back watching that unfold, like what were some of your thoughts, like just listening and just watching things happen?
I mean, I think it's good for the sport. You know what I mean? It's not nothing serious.
No.
You know what I mean? Because Joey, my boy.
Yeah.
Like, I just hollered at him. That's my guy. You know what I'm saying? And, everybody in L.A., by law, these my folks too, you know what I'm saying? But I think it's good for the sport and for entertainment, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
How did LA feel about that complex list? I mean, we not from LA, we just looking from the outside. Bro, we just debating rap. How did LA really look at that?
You know what's so crazy? Like, I've been getting snubbed on shit for so long. I don't even care about them lists. Cause it's like, bro, my shows are sold out. I be touring, clothes sold out. Lines around the block, like it's real with me. So I mean, the list I already know, like that shit. But I mean, whoever made that list,
show your face.
Definitely not from LA. Yeah, for sure. And then I would say probably not really investing in the culture at all, because it's like you got like Everlast, Jump Around, like on the great best ever, like and he ain't had no. And he's a one hitter quitter, like he ain't impact the culture or part of this culture, You know what I mean? And I don't. A lot of people just don't understand culture because it's a lot of people like. That's data analysts and what's trending and shit. Not people, you know what I'm saying? Not culture. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, and as far as culture is concerned, like not even to be like that because it's me. Like I'm one of the niggas when you pull up to a stoplight, I don't get played on the radio. But when you in traffic, you're gonna hear my music through traffic. For sure. You know what I'm saying? So. But whoever made the list, they was just bored.
Yeah. That's definitely a fact. And looking for clicks. How did you feel about the people online that were saying, like, with Dre and Easy, of course, being icons, they shouldn't be on the list because Cube was writing their stuff, Snoop was writing their stuff. Like,
nah, fuck that. Them niggas is they them goats too. Easy and Drake kicked this shit off. I mean, it was something going on shortly before, but before that, I believe it was like techno type rap music and LA, Egyptian Lover and all that shit. So You know,
Ice-T was early too.
Yeah, Ice-T. Yeah. So Ice-T, Toddy T, all these different niggas that was kicking gangster shit, but Dre and Easy and them took it to another level. And Cube, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I mean, you can't snub them for what they brought to the culture at all.
Does Quick get his just due, you feel like?
Nah.
At all?
Nah, Quick don't get his just due, because Quick, like...
GOAT.
Quick really created the sound and the vibe, and to this day, like, you go to... It could be kids in the party. They know DJ Quick. They gonna go up to it. You know what I'm saying? And then he touched so many parts of the culture that people don't know about. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, it's just all positioning though. Who next to you and pushing your name? Like
my brother worked with Quick a few times in the studio. He was like, "Yo, DJ Quick is the only person all the studio sessions I've ever been in. He's the only person I've seen touch every knob on the soundboard." He's like, I've never witnessed that. He literally touched every single knob on the mix. Like, Quick is a legend in every sense of the word. We can't talk West Coast music, period, without giving respect and flowers to DJ Quick.
Yeah, for sure.
Who you like from the West now, the younger cats?
Who I like from the West right now, like AZ Shike, my boy. I got in contact with him when I first heard him. Like, nigga, you hard as a motherfucker. We got a few things that never came out and shit. I'm fucking with Shike. I'm fucking with man, it's so many. Rucci, you know what I mean? The list is long, bro. If I start naming names, niggas gonna be like, yeah, you left me off.
So what can we expect from Perico on the music side? I know you with Rock Nation distributing.
Nah, I'm indie.
Independent run.
Independent, yeah.
What happened with Rock?
I did not know that.
As far as that split with, middle of COVID.
You know what, like, Rock Nation was a great place, though, because, like, how often you get to be around $1 billion crew. It ain't like I was just signed over there.
Right.
Yeah.
And I can't, Emery calling me like, nigga, why you ain't at the office?
Right.
Like, why you on a block? Bring your ass to the office and sit in here, kick it.
Right.
What is you doing?
Right.
So, man, I was able to have that opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Chill with Jay Brown. Yeah. Jay Brown have a meeting. Sometimes he'll let me sit in the back, and sometimes he'd be like, nigga, get up out of here.
Yeah.
So I learned a lot of shit from being around, like, just on how to operate and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was great. But, like, on the music side of things, what I didn't realize how musical chairs these offices be. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And dude that signed me,
develop a relationship with somebody, then they go on next year. And it's kind of,
Yeah, so dude that signed me, luckily Emery took a liking to me and shit for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But dude that signed me was fired before the show even started. And then some more people came in, they fired, and then it's like, now it's people in there that's like, they don't understand me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just like, let me go, you know what I'm saying?
Independent though, it's cool.
And I was loaded up.
Yeah.
What do you feel the pros and cons of being independent?
I mean, the pros and cons is like, the pro is definitely like the ownership, the slice of the pie. Like, you can divide the pie out how you want it in order to make the shit move, because you know, 100% of a grape ain't shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
But you know, the budgeting. But I think it's like equivalent, because when you go in a major office, bro, you still gotta kick ass to get the budget even open. Yeah. You're gonna get signed. This is the budget on paperwork, this is this. But if they don't feel like it's right, ain't shit getting spent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's kind of equal when you look at it. You still got to put in the same amount of work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you do hit that moment, it's like it is a little less help on the indie side. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But by you having so much of the ownership, it's ways to maneuver. I'm a hustling ass nigga, so it's ways to maneuver, you know what I mean? And that's what I've been doing, you know?
Yeah. So when can we expect to see Perico on the East Coast? When you coming to New York, man? We need a live show in New York, man.
So look, that's crazy. I don't know if I should say it right, but I got some shit going on. You know what I mean? We'll be out there real soon. You know what I mean?
Pulling up. Yeah. I'm pulling up to that. I never see you live. I gotta see you live in New York.
Oh yeah, I get busy live.
No, I gotta see it. I gotta see it, man. That's a personal thing for me. I gotta see it live.
That's crazy. I wouldn't have never thought you was new live.
Crazy.
I would have never thought that, bro.
What? Nah, definitely tapped in, bro. Definitely tapped in.
That's big, man.
BET Awards 2025. G Perico, my guy.
Yeah.
All right, Rory, back at the BET Awards 2025. Sitting with some of our favorites, but this was one guy I was not expecting to look up and even see here in LA at all.
I forgot who we were sitting with. Let's go back to the footage of when I did a double check. I was like, that's Saint?
I was not expecting Saint to be here. My brother Saint John. Good to see you as always, but definitely surprised to see you here at the BET Awards 2025. How you feeling, man?
I feel good. I think this is my first BET Awards.
For real?
Really?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
What?
Yeah.
Damn, he didn't sit with us when we did this the last time?
No, he definitely didn't sit with us when we did the last time.
Well, I mean, the
and that was
antisocial shit
2
I
years
get.
ago, yeah.
Yeah, when you know.
Yeah, but it makes sense though.
You move out of the States. Like,
yeah, but it makes sense because Saint, if you know Saint, he creates his own world and he stays there and does what he does, but he'll pop out every now and again.
I will. I do when I pop out, it's a little splash.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's fancy.
Yeah.
I do some regular shit too. I pop out just on the humble.
Yeah.
But I'm not outside all the time.
But,
no.
I'm happy that you are representing in LA. I have on the Rangers shirt. You have on the 40 Belows.
Yeah.
We still have to be New York out
Gotta
here.
keep it New York.
We have
Gotta keep it New York.
Spoke to many people from New York City today. It's happy.
Yeah.
People forget you from Brooklyn.
Right.
40 Belows at this time.
They think I'm from LA.
Well, you lived here for some years. You have
a great skincare routine. That's probably why. You're glowing.
Yeah.
And I feel peaceful. I ran into Malibu Mitch we never met. And she was like, I thought you was from LA. I was like, nah, I'm just peaceful. Yeah. That makes you think I'm from somewhere else.
Yeah. But and she from the Bronx.
Right.
Yeah, Big Bronx, yeah.
Big Bronx. She said she live in Dykeman now. I'm trying to talk in and moving to Puerto Rico.
That would make sense for her.
That kind of makes sense.
Yeah, that would make sense for her.
This is why I didn't get the date.
Yeah.
He was shooting. I was talking about trying to take her snowboard. He's like, nah, move to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, you can't win that one.
Now I get it.
That one.
I thought I was getting some rhythm too.
You try and Aspen it up, it's not gonna go.
It's not gonna work. Festival season. Yeah. I haven't seen you since it dropped.
I know.
Seen you before it dropped. We haven't seen you since it dropped. How you feeling, man?
It feels good because I got to go on tour.
You was on tour, Coachella.
You
look good. The set looked great.
It looked good. Did you see it?
Yeah. Oh no, I watched the stream.
It worked?
Mm-hmm. It went.
Cool. All right, cool.
Yeah,
look,
man.
Coachella was nerve-wracking.
Really?
First time doing Coachella because they make it. It's the Grammys of festivals.
Yeah.
It's the one.
Yeah.
Right? And I felt like I did it in my head because I've done so much. I've done Lollapalooza, Splash in Germany. Mm-hmm. I've done all the English festival, like so much.
Yeah.
But even still, like I'm building the Coachella and it was pressing. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say something, I don't care, whatever. So all the other festivals I've never taken production, meaning I've never paid for like designed a set.
Yeah.
So they say you're doing Coachella and my first thought was, all right, I gotta build a set.
Right.
I've done 100 festivals.
Yeah.
Never spent no money to go build a set, just did the show that I believed in.
Yeah.
And Coachella, I'm dreaming shit up on ChatGPT.
Yeah.
I'm hiring people that don't deserve the money I'm trying to pay them.
Right.
It was taxing. It was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
2 weekends.
But you felt like you had to do that for Coachella though.
I felt like, and
you had to bring your world to Coachella. You had to.
I feel like a sucker. I did the right thing.
Okay.
But I'm not usually influenced by other people's pressures.
Okay.
Like you can't tell me it's raining over there, so I gotta go put on all the rain clothes.
Right.
I'm wearing what I want to wear over there. I'm myself wherever I'm at.
Right.
And when I went to do Coachella, I rose to a different occasion. And I felt a little pressure.
But see, that's not going to other people's pressure or level. I feel like your live show has been solidified in what you've delivered every single time. You battling with yourself at that point of what you have to do for Coachella. That's not looking at other people. It's like, look what I've done at Terminal 5. You give me the Coachella stage, I have to deliver there. That's not really competing. Right. Like even our brother Azad with Emotional Oranges.
Yep.
When we got that offer from Coachella, Azad, who I love, took all that money that we all could have made and put every last thing into that fucking production and that show to leave a fucking mark. And I think in the long run, it made us more money. But when you have certain artists that care that much about their show and that platform and respect what's going on, you compete with yourself. Like, I'll take all these dollars to do that shit.
It's true. Now, a lot of artists do that. Some of them shouldn't.
Some of them shouldn't. I agree with you.
No. Save that money.
Save that money.
Yeah.
Yes.
Take a mic.
Yeah.
Put a backtrack like you. You're not that creative. Just line your pocket. It's not gonna last that long.
Yeah.
So take this.
You don't got nothing in your catalog that requires that.
I'm gonna take the win, fam.
Yeah.
You won. No matter how this night go, you're a champion.
Yeah. Think about your mortgage.
No matter what happens tonight, you're a champion.
You got it.
Yeah.
The last time we spoke was right before festival season came out. And I thought we had a really cool conversation of your core fan base maybe not receiving the music the same way. Now we are 4 months?
February 21st.
4 months,
it came out,
4
I
months,
think.
yeah. Since then, how do you feel now? Having that conversation before it came out and now having it after?
I was right, that they wouldn't, because there were singles I released that they just didn't, it felt like it wasn't for them. I don't do a dance for anybody in particular. I'm dancing for myself. And if you got good enough rhythm, you can join me on the dance.
Yeah.
So I was right in saying that they were confused by my dance before the movie started, right?
Yeah.
But when tour started and they heard the entire collection, it was I saw a lot of walking back. I saw a lot of not standing on business. A lot of yo, I was wrong.
Yeah.
Yo, I didn't get it.
That's welcome, though. That's welcome.
I'm here for that, but you got to feel this energy I felt. I didn't like how y'all made me feel in Puerto Rico. You got to take this L.
Yeah. I mean, with consumers in general, as a consumer, if I'm connected to an artist, I may not get the environment that they're trying to make the project that's about to come out. I'll have in my brain already, I want to be in my car or at my desk or sitting right there. And I'm rightfully wrong as a consumer. It just taking that time to have people also come to the show is a risk in itself. Was that in the back of your mind? They may not get it, but I have to know that they are going to buy a ticket and understand it when it's live.
You want to know something?
That's a wilder risk than the Coachella shit you was talking about.
I wasn't scared. That's not scary. I've been on tour since 2016. I don't care what you say about me. Show up and say it's not going to be good.
Right.
The East New York talking.
Right.
That's New York. Yeah. It's my talking right now.
Show up and tell me it's not lit.
I dare you.
Yeah.
Use your eyes, your ears, your own 2 feet, your hands, and your $50 and tell me it's not good. I'll give you your money back if it ain't great.
Right.
I'll double it. Let's make a bet.
Yeah. Right.
Because I know what I'm going to do. Y'all know me. Y'all know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell my truth. I'm going to give everything I got. I'm not going to shortchange you. You ain't going to hear a ton of back-end tracks. Mike is going to be live.
Right.
It's going to be incredible. So I wasn't concerned about that. What I was uncertain about, right, though, because when you make a bunch of records and you make a project, just because it sounds good in the studio don't mean you're going to go perform it good.
That's a fact, yeah.
That don't mean you're going to deliver it.
Right.
You also have to rely on that venue.
Yeah.
You could have the best kit that you got. Doesn't mean that the speakers are going to act that way.
That. Sometimes the mic go off. Sometimes the bass. Imagine you doing a trap record and this venue don't got no bass. They don't got no subs.
Oh my
So you
God.
sound like you doing a Luke Combs song.
And the sound guy that you have is 80 years old and only did rock shit here for the last 40 years. It's like, oh, all right.
Yep.
I'll mix this the same way.
Yeah, it worked out though. Tour was fire. I love being on tour because it's the only part of this job you can't fake.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah,
People have to show up. They have to have you're gonna see if they're enjoying it. It's very honest. Live shows is the most honest thing I think any artist could ever do. Even people that do Hollywood films say when they did Broadway, totally different thing.
Whole other level.
Totally different thing.
I mean, one of my favorite Steve Stout quotes is, "Don't tell me about the artist. Tell me about their tickets."
Right.
I don't give a fuck what they doing on the radio. I don't care. I will show you who an artist is if I can go to that venue and see what they're doing. And even in this time with digital and all that, fuck all that. Hard tickets still are the most important thing.
Absolutely.
That tells you what type of fan base you actually have.
It's hard to
You could have a billion streams and couldn't fill SOBs.
Right.
There's lots of people that can't fill up a 500-seater room.
Yeah.
Right.
That their streams look great.
Insane.
Yeah.
Their finesse, the internet finesse is so good.
Yeah.
Like I want to hire some artists to manage me.
Yeah.
They finesse so good. I'm like, look at him. I'm so proud of him.
I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of him. You go to his show, you like, wait, what?
What happened here? Did they announce it this morning?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a lot of that.
So festival season is out. Now, if you know Saint, you know he got a ton load of music just sitting.
I heard Festival Season, I heard an entire other album.
It was a whole different album. Saint got records forever. So when I know you ready to come right back.
Yeah.
When is the next one? Because you got Festival Season, Fake Tears
From a pop star.
Please don't do a deluxe and just give me the Tears of Pop Star, dog.
I ain't gonna do that. I'm just going into it.
That album is insane.
I'm gonna tell you how I'm thinking about it though. You can't. You know what this is when you ferociously create whatever you obsessed with, whatever it is. I'm obsessed with clothes. I'm obsessed with music. I'm obsessed with TV shows apparently too because I've been a lot of TV and binging. I've been going crazy.
Yeah.
But when you're obsessive, you start living in the future like heavily. Yeah. So Fake Tears from a Pop Star is carved out. I'm working on the 2 collections that come after that.
Okay.
Simultaneously, like right now. Because if you could see the next 18 months of your creative lifespan, it's exciting. Creatives need to see success in the form of the actual product they're making being possible. You know what it is? Just to make something is success.
Absolutely.
Just for it to happen in real life is successful. So Fake Tears, all right, it's on our way.
For all the Saint fans, I heard the album. I went in this camera. It's incredible. Please drop that shit soon.
It's on our way.
That's the one.
It's on our way.
If you're the core Saint fan, that is the fucking one that I cannot wait for.
I got you. I'm trying not to keep you waiting. What I want to do in my heart is different from what I have to do.
Yeah.
I want to just put out a project and then go on the road and then go back to putting out another project and then go shoot a movie. But I can't. You got to spend 6 months rolling out the creative. That's it. That's the truth.
Yeah.
So I got to do that.
Yeah.
That's part of it.
And especially with you with the clothes and the merch and like it's a process with every single project.
So whenever you're in New York, Fake Tears, whenever you wrapping it up, we got to sit down and we got to talk through it. We got to talk about that.
I love that. I think we should do a track by track.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Definitely
with
that shit. Hell yeah.
Down with that.
And let's find a better location.
Yeah, we could get a nice go to a nice studio and do it.
Yeah,
definitely go to a nice studio and go track by track.
I was gonna say like
because I want to hear just the thinking behind everything you wrote.
Deal.
So we could do that. My brother St. John, BT Awards 2025.
Rank the brothers as far as your favorite: Biggs, Hop, and Maul. Who's your favorite?
Yo.
Who do you like the most?
Yo, that's crazy.
All right, Rory, we are back. BET Awards 2025 Media Room.
Yes. Yeah. Happy to be in LA with a new.
Listen,
Wallow just.
Shouts to Wallow.
Listen. In the middle of an interview. Here I am trying to big up New York.
Shouts to Wallow. Shouts to Gilly. What's up, man? We are back at the 2025 BET Awards. We are sitting down with a young, talented guy straight out of Hempstead, Long Island.
Finally, with all these LA people, with somebody from the town, somebody from New York.
He's one of the guys that's pushing that sexy drill that I appreciate. Would you say a sexy drill? Would you call it that?
Yeah, nah, that's what we called it. Yeah.
That's what y'all call it, right?
Yeah.
He said, no, we coined that term.
Yeah, we with Chow Lee, man. How you feeling, family?
Shit, beautiful, man. I just came off the plane, you know what I'm saying?
Shit off the plane, straight to work. Straight to work. It's time to work.
Hell yeah.
You go ahead.
Yeah. What do you this is your first BET Awards?
Nah, I came last year.
Oh, you said last year?
Yeah.
Okay, so you back again this year. How was the year been for you though? For Chow Lee personally, like as far as, are you writing any music, any albums coming on the way? What are we doing?
So I was fresh, like last year, like I was working on my last album, I dropped Sex Drive type shit.
Okay.
So right now I'm just trying to put together these records and shit, I'm not trying to rush this next project, you know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to get it done though. I'm just trying to figure out what direction I'm gonna go with it. But you know, we still gonna drop music in the meantime. I got a couple shits in the tuck real quick that could just fly real quick. So, you know, just trying to get the direction right.
Still working heavy with Cash?
Yeah, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, he's a busy man, so we ain't really, you know what I'm saying? He be here, like, he just left yesterday, I just came today type shit.
Yeah.
Was that an intentional thing with you and Cash as far as taking the drill sounds that was, you know, super prominent in the Bronx and Brooklyn and making it palatable for the masses, I guess? Like, was that a very intentional move with the sound?
Nah, it wasn't really intentional. It was just like, we like rapping about women and shit, and just like, you know,
like you don't want to kill a op, you just want to fuck a bitch.
Just make fun music. We just rapping what we live type shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas could still get hurt, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, let's put that out there.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just let that be known. But
the way the city is gentrifying, have you been out to Long Island?
Yeah.
That shit is the scariest place on earth.
No, I'm not.
Long Island is dangerous.
I'm not glorifying none of that. I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, we just want to make fun music and shit like that.
Having fun.
But it was just like, you know, he made the beats and shit like that, and then it just happened how it happened type shit.
No, we always talk about like what Cash, you know, was able to do with the sexy drill, but you definitely have added to that. Like y'all definitely have turned the parties into like, let's dance. We don't got to be on that type of energy all the time, but let's make it fun for the ladies. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, the ladies is the bigger audience anyway.
Oh,
that is a fact. The actual consumers too. What were some of your like earlier influences coming from Hempstead? What were you listening to growing up?
Oh, shit. Like when I started rapping, like not when I started rapping, but like, you know, Chief Keef and shit like that. You know, niggas listen to Wayne, Drake, my favorite artist, by the way. Fucking everybody that was out right there. You know, Wiz Khalifa, all them niggas.
What was like the last
Soulja Boy?
New York artist? What was like the last New York artist for your era that you guys were into? Because New York had a weird time. We're still kind of in a weird time, but
from my era,
yeah, like for your age group or what you were listening to.
At like what year though?
Like when you were in high school.
Oh, high school or New York. Oh, like Bobby Shmurda and them. Type shit.
Damn, he's young.
Yeah. Bobby.
Making me old as fuck.
Bobby and Rowdy. Shout out to Bobby and Rowdy.
Yeah.
Who would you like to hear on the Sexy Drill sound?
I want to hear like a pop artist do it.
Y'all can sell that shit to K-pop and just retire.
I want to do some K-pop too.
That'd be crazy.
Just give him the stems. You'll never have to work again.
Not the drug, but
I like that child. He cleared up everything like no,
not the drug.
So not that.
Add it to the record.
Yeah.
I want to try to do pop. I'm trying to tap into different shit. It's just like, you know.
What's the artist like you really want to work with though? Like, damn,
I always say this shit all the time. Charlie XCX. She's so fire.
Okay. Yeah.
I fuck with her shit so fire. That's my favorite pop artist.
We were trying to explain to Maul that Lil Bow Wow was prominent in my childhood, but now that I think,
I met Lil Bow Wow in Atlanta. Word to my mother.
Okay.
I forgot what the club was called, but I had my own section. I guess that shit was like next to mine. They was playing my song. They was playing Swag It, and he was like singing it. So my cousin tapped me. He like, nigga, that's Bow Wow. So I'm like. So he's singing the song, so I tap him like, yo, that's my song. He's like, yo, I fuck with your shit. I'm like, nigga, this Bow Wow.
Yo, you see how people light up when they talk about it? It was crazy.
Yo, Bow Wow was a fucking legend.
The last time we were in Atlanta, we were with JD doing an interview, and Bow Wow FaceTimed JD and said, it's on camera now, so I'm not snitching. He said, yo, it's fuck my baby mother. I have $100,000 cash. I'm coming to you right now.
$1 million
cash. And we're about to throw all of it in the strip club. Did he have that energy next to you in the section?
Oh no, it wasn't a strip club. We were just drinking and shit.
Okay.
Oh, so it was different.
Yeah.
I
would never want.
His energy makes me feel like he would
I would never want to be next to Bow Wow when he's throwing $1 million cash, and I'm sitting right here, and they're like, "Child, do something." I'm like, I can't do anything.
I can't do nothing with
help
that.
Help me, nigga. Bow Wow, give me 500. Like what the fuck? Hell no.
Help me, man.
Yeah.
Bow Wow throwing 100,000. Help me.
Well, we appreciate you kicking it with us.
For sure.
And you're in New York, so let's figure something out.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And we can actually do something proper at the studio.
Yeah,
But we fuck with the movement y'all doing.
Appreciate
we
it.
like
Love
that
the sexy drill.
y'all are actually making New York fun again.
Yes.
So we appreciate that shit.
We trying
to expand this shit, you know, make it like, you know, more to the masses and shit like that. You know, sometimes it's a hard sound to get into when you got to take this shit out the tri-state.
Yeah.
So it's like, we're gonna figure it out though.
I appreciate what y'all doing. Keep doing it. Keep the party moving. Keep the party dancing, man. Love what y'all doing. Chow Lee.
Yep, sir.
Maul, we are joined by not only a friend, but also my fraternity brother.
Indeed.
Kappa Alpha Psi is in the building. I have had the pleasure of watching our guest's career from close to the beginning. From DJ to producer to songwriter. I watched him and Jason Derulo tour the whole fucking world from my couch.
Yeah.
I started to get jealous at one point. I'm like, yo, Jay here today?
Yeah.
He used to get confused with T-Pain. I remember those days. My brother in every sense of the word. We have Jae Murphy here.
Jae Murphy.
I love just that we're able to kick it in this time in 2025 at the BT Awards of how fucking long we've known each other. Like we really watched each other grow in this business. This is just ill to just chop it up on the couch. Just wait. Like
this is homie talk at the highest level.
At the highest level. BT Awards, man.
Yeah,
but
bro.
how you feeling?
Bro, I'm feeling good, man. Just with that whole trajectory that you just said, and I just been in reflection today. Just being a part of such a beautiful imprint and culture in itself, and to know that, you know, this is a part of the fruits of labor from when we met, you know what I mean? So I think it's just like, sometimes you gotta enjoy the moment and pat yourself on the back. I think in human nature, we just get conflicted with what we should be doing, what we not doing, trying to, you know what I mean? It's just like, yo, you doing that, bro. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta look in the mirror like, yeah.
Have you felt stagnant in certain times when, you know, you get to do the world tour shit? You kind of hit the peak of a DJ situation.
World tour.
No, like a different type of world tour.
We can get into that. You know what's so interesting? One of my good friends had a combo with Tuma. And Tuma was like, Jae Murphy is a star, but he hit a ceiling. And it was no shade to what I was doing in the tour space, but Tuma knew everything that I wanted to do prior to that tour space. So him saying that was like, it was like he knew his words would get back to me in a sense, and they did. But hearing that from somebody else outside of him, it was like, that was one of those checkpoint moments like, all right, what am I doing and how am I not watering the rest of my garden of talents and gifts? You know what I mean? And so in those moments, like, I did feel stagnant. In those moments, I did feel conflicted, because keep in mind, in the DJ space, when you're touching different markets, even your home market, when you're away, that out of sight, out of mind shit is real.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? If they don't know, if they don't see, like, oh, he's over there. Like, and the messed up thing about it is, like, it's not even like throwing shade, but it's like, oh, he's out of here. He's doing bigger and better things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't got to worry about putting him in rotation or thinking about he would be great for this special event. But it's just like, nah, I'm still trying to ball. I'm still trying to smoke y'all when I get back home.
Right.
So it's one of those things where it's just like, you got to play with the stagnant, you know what I'm saying, position, and make it something that is an advantage, and instead of the mental capacity as a disadvantage, you know? It's like a real science that you gotta really make sure you're branding yourself and just making sure the conversation around your brand and your name is relevant at all times.
How did you want to pivot, like, after doing the world tour shit and even getting the songwriting credits and the production stuff you were doing? What was the time that you had to pivot?
Honestly, bro, when I stopped really doing the tour space, and I don't want to say that I stopped, because I ended up doing Chris's tour in 2023, but the dynamic was different.
Right.
When I was working with Jason, big shout out to Jason. Definitely, I've learned so much by working with him. When I was working with Jason, I was specifically his DJ.
Yeah.
Okay.
Granted, I could venture out, oh, we're in Paris, let me go try to get another event. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the mechanics of making sure that you ensure that that's your priority. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're his second brand, his second heartbeat, anytime you're doing any kind of show.
Right.
Stadium, bar mitzvah, whatever it is. You get what I'm saying? So when I got out of that space, it was strictly me. Henceforth, I kind of came up with the Jae Murphy show type of thing. You know what I mean? And so now, when I got into that space, I wanted to make sure, like I previously said, I'm planting seeds in every market that I have resources in, just to make sure that my brand is fluid wherever I go, wherever I'm traveling. There's always some type of opportunity, that something I can do with my brand. It doesn't necessarily have to be, you know what I mean, DJ every single time. So I think when I got into that space, it was one of those things where it was like, I had to really prioritize my brand and not just being under the brand of another artist. And so also prioritizing my brand, that comes into the space of making sure that I'm making time to create. So now, transparently, I'm in this space where I'm in such demand, it takes away from my time to create. And I know you can relate to that as a creator, both of y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, you work so hard to get the demand.
Yeah.
Now you got it. You pray for it. You didn't know
what
it
you gonna
came
do with it now?
here.
Getting it is way easier than maintaining it.
Yeah, so you got to really prioritize watering your garden.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Making sure that all your gifts are, you know what I'm saying, being matured and nurtured properly, and you just putting in time. So I will say this year, like coming out of that, Grammy, Super Bowl, All-Star, Oscar run, I had like an epiphany. It's 3 a.m. I was listening to old records, old demos, old beats, old stuff that I was working on, and a year had passed. I was in studio heavy right when I got off tour with Kysre, and none of those records came out. Nothing got placed. None of the records. I was pissed and I was excited at the same time, and I was like, all right, it's either now or never.
Yeah.
And I gotta just switch gears and make sure that I'm allocating X amount of time, hours, even if because I'm building a studio in my new crib now, but even if I gotta just go crazy 4 12-hour blocks on a week that I'm not, you know what I'm saying, on the road. And it's just like, you gotta go the extra mile just to make sure that you're feeding that creativity. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta give. You're gonna lose it if you don't use it.
Right, that's
you know what I'm
fact.
saying?
Right.
So
let's talk about how important it is to really focus on what it is you're doing when you're on tour with the type of talent like a Chris Brown, a megastar.
Yeah.
Like, what is Jae Murphy like? Because you're the DJ, so the music starts and ends with the DJ.
Yeah.
Which a performer as this is Chris Brown. You're in a stadium, however many thousands of people. How do you lock in and say, okay, I have to pay attention to every detail because everything counts on this moment with this megastar? Like, you have to be, Jae Murphy can't miss a beat. What is that preparation like mentally for you, as opposed to just making people dance in the club and all of that? Because now you're part of a mega show.
For sure. First thing I'm gonna say to any DJ or aspiring DJ that's listening to our conversation, do your homework. The crazy thing is the cheat sheet is right in front of you. You can get to a new city, new state, new country, look at Shazam charts, look at what people are being fed sonically. You know what I'm saying? Spotify, Apple have curated playlists for every city, every state,
neighborhoods and cities.
It's all right there. Like, you got to do the work. So the beautiful thing about what I did with Chris, I was actually handpicked to be a part of that European tour because of my experience of what I did with Jason.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they was like, oh, Jay knows how to work these rooms. He's done this for 5, 6, 7 years pre-COVID.
Right.
So
Copenhagen and Miami are not the same.
definitely not.
Definitely not.
Even though Copenhagen chick beat it, Miami.
Yeah, they beat it, but it's not the same.
Definitely not. So to prepare for shows like this, it is literally, you're on TikTok looking at what they're dancing to. You're when I leave airports and like I'm sitting in the front seat, I'm like, yo, turn the radio on. I'm in London, turn on Capital Extra. Like, I need to hear what people are being fed. And so a lot of times the beautiful thing about touring is that you get to see what songs really stick. Or what songs are still bubbling, or what songs nobody knows. We're in this era of streaming where you would think everybody's hip, but culturally, the same #1 song in Italy is not the same #1 song in Spain. You would think that as an American, but when you go there, they're singing Danza Kudura, but Burna Boy is way more lit in France right now than he is in Hamburg. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you only get that from traveling.
Yeah.
So I had I was like a cheat code. I had like an upper hand in knowing, okay, when I get to Spain and when I get to France, I'm gonna play a little bit more Maitre Grims because it's Spanish-speaking Africans there, and they're gonna resonate. But when I get to Amsterdam, I'm gonna play a little bit more soca Congolese because that's the vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you really learn from traveling. A lot of people get lost in the sauce and the joints and the groupies, and it's like that come with it. But it's like, I'm literally always doing homework. I'm always doing homework.
Before we let you go, what has not only Kappa but the Divine Nine in general done for your career?
Man, that's a great question. I think down to just being humble with your gifts, and making sure that you are exceeding beyond your desire. That's something that I learned in my process, making sure that like whatever that bar is, you above that bar. You know what I mean? And one more thing I can definitely attest to, and I know you guys can attest to as well, your current season of no is not forever.
That's a fact.
We always, as humans, we always conflicted when a door is closed or when original plans are deferred, or, you know, like, it's not forever. And a lot of times people stop thinking it is forever.
Right.
You know, I remember, I think when Kevin Hart did that one interview, he was like, yo, I've been working at this for 18 years.
Yeah.
Who the fuck doing that for 18 years?
Right.
Back it up, Johnny.
Right.
Who's the,
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Kevin Hart was on McDougal Street for 2 decades
You know what I'm
trying to
saying?
make his shit work.
Bruh.
Right.
Big shout out Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
He's hosting.
He's hosting,
Biggest
absolutely.
night. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Great plug. They'll love that.
Hey.
This guy, look, Jay, he's good. This is what he does. He's good at this. He's great at this. Yeah.
But yeah, bro, just really staying focused, consistent, and resilient beyond the things that you can't control. Everything works out. God got it under control, man.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, Jay. I know you're my guy.
Bro.
What we could have done if we had to watch the Yard Instagram when we was coming up.
Well, that's another conversation for another day.
If that digital Greek life that's
Because
happening
if
right
we
now,
had
oh
that,
my God.
If we were streaming when we just got off the Yard, yo, if we were streaming Red Panty Parties,
I would have been a professional capper.
Oh my! I want to go.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yo.
Jae Murphy.
Oh man, I appreciate y'all.
Mo, we are back day 2.
Day 2 BET Awards 2025, Rory.
Yes, and starting off the day correct with a friend of the show.
Absolutely.
5-time Grammy winner?
Yeah.
Who's counting, Peeje? After 3, you don't even count.
I don't like to sound like I'm bragging.
Yeah.
It is 5
After
though. That's
4,
a fact.
Who's
That's a
counting?
fact.
Nobody's counting.
Also, I think one of the most talented artists in the space right now.
Absolutely.
And then also he has like this other side gig where he plays keys for some band.
Little band.
Maroon.
Yeah.
Something
listen,
like-
Who's
Yeah, I
counting?
mean,
Again, 5. Here
We
goes
coming
again,
up.
5.
We coming up. You know, we working hard.
We working.
Yeah, we working. We trying to get there.
One day y'all will make it.
Yeah, we not at the BET Awards. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Maroon 5 on the come up is crazy.
That being your side gig is also hilarious.
Yeah, that's what he does on the weekends. I do that on the weekends.
Good problems, man. Good problems to have.
Good to see you, Peeje. How you feeling?
You too, man. Good to see y'all. I'm good, man.
Working?
Yeah, keep it busy. What all of that whole run, those 5 Grammys, like I had been going crazy for a minute. Like I was on a mission, and I said that this year I wanted to like get to my roots. I don't know if y'all know, but I like started off with Jermaine Dupri. That was my start as a producer, like, you know. And so I really want to get back to production and writing. So I decided to do these collab projects. I'm doing a hip hop one. I'm doing an R&B one. I'm gonna do a gospel one even. So the first one coming is this kid Lareezy from New Orleans. Little young spitter, man. He's special, and people don't even know I have that bag, you know, because I don't have to go in that bag.
Right,
you know, when I was on Young Money, I did like a couple of beats on us, but so that's been fun, and but that's what I'm focusing on. Just like the production. I bought this studio out in the country. It's literally called Studio in the Country. Y'all got to come out there.
Where's it at?
Bogalusa, Louisiana.
Okay.
Like 90 minutes from New Orleans, 20 acres though.
Ooh, nice.
And this historic studio where Stevie did Secret Life of Plants.
Oh wow.
Oh my God.
I mean, they did.
I didn't even know he did that in Louisiana.
Yeah. He did it in the country. Stayed in Louisiana for a month, and like it's legend about it. Him being there all that time, so I was able to purchase it.
You saw it like on Zillow. Like how did you find out it was?
Nah. Thankfully, it didn't go up. You know what I'm saying? I recorded there in the pandemic because me and my band we were looking for somewhere where we could just chill and go to the studio. So this has a house on the land, and then it has this historic studio. Yeah, and so. It was 2 of them that I found. Once I saw Stevie recorded there, I was like, well, that's where I'm going.
I need that magic. Whatever Stevie captured on his land.
I need that. Yeah. And there's so many others. Like, I'm just talking about the R&B stuff, but like Marilyn Manson. I mean, so many records, people just would come there as a destination. But I recorded this album, and shortly after the album, the owner passed away. The husband passed away, and the wife was like, I saw you love it. Like, I saw how you used it.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And she didn't put it on the market. She was like, do you want it? And I'm like, Well, I do. I'm not really. I wasn't really prepared. You know what I mean, for the 20 acres. But let me go figure it out. And I did, because it's like you don't. That doesn't come around
you can't
every
let that
day.
pass up. And
so, man, eventually I'm gonna do a festival on my own land.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm excited.
We got to come check that out.
Yeah. So we're developing it now because it's full of trees right now. Besides the studio and the house. Right. And so now I'm having fun. This is like a period in my life where it's just like, man, I'm just cooking, being creative, working with Rory, you know what I'm saying? Getting in there. Yeah.
I'm glad you brought up Stevie. 2 years ago when Rory and I first did the BT Media Room, I was asking everybody, I was like, I think it's blasphemous that we haven't given Stevie a Lifetime Achievement Award yet. Now, the first year the BET was, they honored Stevie, but it wasn't called the Lifetime Achievement Award.
It wasn't that yet.
It was called something else. Yeah. I think we need a proper Stevie Wonder Lifetime Achievement Award. I didn't even know there wasn't one. Yeah, we got it because, he's Stevie. If, if you anybody like me, Stevie is here. Yeah. It's Stevie, then it's everybody else. And I think that while we still blessed to have Stevie with us, we need to honor him the right way.
He's one of the few left. And I mean, he's synonymous with music. Like, he belongs in the American songbook. Like, it's beyond.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So anytime we can honor him, like, it's crazy to me that I can have a conversation with Stevie, or that I have a song with Stevie. Insane. Like, that's just wild. It's just
wild. Don't even dream about that.
Yeah, that was literally my dream. Like, in interviews, when people used to ask like who you want to work with, like I get stuck now because I'm like, it was always Stevie my whole life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I can scratch that one off.
Yeah. Now it's fire.
That's why I
buy the farm.
Yeah, I just buy his old property. It's all good. I got it.
We make Marvin's room to Stevie's farm.
Exactly. Nah, but it's a vibe out there, man. I call it Magic Kingdom because like when people go out there, man, you're away from everything. You got this amazing studio, this house, and nothing but nature. Is like, it's a vibe.
So in approaching the hip hop stuff, especially with a New Orleans rapper, what's the plan with that? Just because New Orleans has such a specific and legendary sound when it comes to hip hop, you know, mainly what Manny Fresh had done for the city. Is it very much a New Orleans sound that you're doing this?
Yeah, well, for me, I mean, that's what's like kind of unique about me. I even being from New Orleans, when you think of like a John Baptiste or a Trombone Shorty, I was kind of like, I never really fit into the like actual New Orleans thing, which is I left for a long time. I left New Orleans, went to Atlanta, went to New York, went to LA, and eventually like felt like, okay, I want to go back. Like I want to build something after I found some success. But for me, it was kind of like I used to get lost in that, even though I signed to Young Money at one point, but I was always different. I was always on my R&B thing, not necessarily like New Orleans jazz. And so that's what drew me to this kid, Lareezy, because he's like left the center. You know what I'm saying? I heard him rapping on some boom bap and like, but like with that New Orleans accent still though, like he's very New Orleans. I wish he was here with me. His flight was late, but like, he's very New Orleans, but he's saying something. Okay. And so I think, but then I'll see a Rob 49 in his comments, or like New Orleans legendary rappers really supporting him. So I think he just brings something different to the fabric, and my beats do for sure.
And I mean, I feel like New Orleans obviously has that stereotypical sound, but you have someone like a Currency, Ombre, Frank Ocean.
Facts.
J-Elect doesn't necessarily have the New Orleans traditional
got the
sound.
accent, but like
not until he starts speaking do you know.
No, that's what I'm saying. The accent.
When he's not rapping, I can't understand a fucking word he's saying.
Yeah. He went to my high school too. Man. Shout out to Jay.
Shout out to Jay, man.
So who is the R&B and gospel collabs with?
So I'm in with Teedra Moses right now. We're working on a collab.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Me and Teedra are working on a collab right now. She's New Orleans royalty. She's been in Miami a long time. Yeah. But I'm like, it's time for us to do something. Yeah. So that's fun. I just had her out in Bugaloosa. And then the gospel one, there's this group called the Walls Group that's
oh my God,
really,
one of my
great.
favorite groups. I love them, man.
With Daryl Walls, the oldest brother. Okay. We doing a collab gospel one that's also crazy. Yeah. It's really fun for me, man, because like my life is that, right? I always have gone through genres, and as a producer, I could really get back into that bag where it's like I don't have to just be Peeje on all of these records. I can like cook up whoever, what I'm saying, I want to be that day.
How important is it for you, Peeje, to always try to like touch different genres to keep yourself? Is it just as a creative, you always like to challenge yourself and keep yourself busy? Or is it just like, these are things that I actually grew up loving and wanted to do something in this space?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's counterproductive, like if you force that, like when people are just trying to change and be different and be alternative. For me, it was like naturally what I was drawn to. I think the reason I was able to like exist in Maroon 5 naturally as a black dude from New Orleans was because I love the Beatles, you know what I'm saying? And I love Billy Joel and like that. Some of the stuff they were influenced by, I was too, in a real way. And that's why I can do a gospel album and it be authentic. I'm a preacher's kid, grew up in church. That's what I really did. My first song as a placement was a gospel song. So like these, I just kind of exist in these naturally. So yes and no, I think you should listen to everything. I think creatives should listen to everything. But I don't believe in acquired taste in music. It's like you don't have to force yourself to like something. If you don't, you don't like it. And that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Do what you feel, what moves you, because I believe like, you know, what moves you is what moves other people.
Right.
What was it like navigating, you know, starting out with JD and then going through the Young Money system when maybe their focus was elsewhere than maybe the type of stuff that you were on at the time? What was that like?
Oh, good times, man.
Yeah. Like, were you originally on the Bedrock?
Good times. No, I was right after. I was right after Bedrock. Shout out to Lloyd, man. That's my New Orleans brother too. Yeah. So my Young Money story is a little unique. Mac Main and I went to high school together.
Oh, okay.
So we had a relationship from the very beginning, and he was a fan of my music. I actually signed right as Wayne was getting out of jail.
Okay.
And so the label was kind of trying to switch it up and do different things. And I just had joined Maroon 5. So it was like I was in a different place. And what I like about them and what I think is the genius thing about Young Money, what always has been, whether it was Drake or Nicki, they ain't really touched the music. They didn't say, okay, now we signed Drake, so let's get him away from 40. Yeah. Let's go get Timbaland and let's go get this
They want you to be who you are.
They just let you be who you are. Nigga, you do those crazy personalities. Do that. Do the crazy voices and you know what I'm saying? So with me, they literally left me alone. I got to make the record I wanted to make. I mean, I had Stevie Wonder on that record. That was the first time I worked with him. I had Wayne on the record, you know, Adam Levine was on the record. And I think for me, because I came in there so intentional, I mean, my major at Morehouse was marketing. So I came in there with a 6-month, they was looking at me crazy.
DJ's a cheat code.
They was looking at me crazy. Like, what do you think you, like, what do you think you're doing? We're not about to follow your marketing plan. Right. But the reason I was successful, the reason I actually was able to even release an album on Young Money, because at that time, that was when everybody was signed, but nobody besides Tyga, Nicki, Drake, Wayne, you know, I was one of those few that got a record out, but I think it's because I was like super intentional. So for me, it was like not good or bad. It was just like learning, you know what I'm saying? JD, I really was like just a student. I really thought as a music guy, like I was like, wow, I'm not gonna be able to learn nothing from JD. And man, he took me to school. He took me to school. Not even just as a producer, but as an executive, like how available he was. I could hit JD like almost at any point and he beat it. It's like, oh, you really the boss. Like you really run this. You know what I'm saying? You could tell he started it. Because it had that vibe, but it made me want to be that type of executive as well. You know what I'm saying? Who really cares and who's really like available.
JD is so unique because if you've ever been to JD's studio, like he's such a humble guy. And he has every right to have the biggest ego in the world. Like you walk in his studio and it's like,
I've played 4 basketball games in there. Like 4 court back.
I forgot who you were for a second, bro. My bad. But JD's a legend in every sense of the word.
And to the executive point, I feel like JD isn't one of those legends that stays in the yesteryear. Like now his career is his legacy. He wants to work with the younger artists, new artists. You don't have to have a deal, a status, or like he just wants to work.
He always has though. He always said he wanted to be closer to Barry Gordy than anybody. He always wanted to work with the young talent.
But it really speaks to him being the creator though. My hands are touching these pads. I'm making this music. So he really loved this. Like I've been in there where JD has written R&B songs with me. Like JD can't sing. He was screaming the melodies at me till I get him. But that's because he really got it. So he's inspired still, you know, which that's also a lesson for me. It's like, man, if
Still
you really
inspired.
stay to the things that matter to you and isolate yourself, you know what I'm saying? And just the people who get what you do, you can still love this and not be jaded. And that's me. I'd be in and out.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I really want to love this. I don't want y'all to ruin it for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He had one of my favorite quotes during the Versus time in COVID. He had said, with all the A-list producers that were being brought up, he said, how about we lock all of us in a studio with a keyboard, an MPC, pen and a paper, and let's see who comes out with the best song.
With song.
Nobody, no
He's a
help, no
songwriter,
nothing.
Man.
Songwriter Hall of Fame. I mean, listen.
Yeah.
My guy, he's the real deal. I've been in the room. Like, you know, that's one of the few. And when I was there, No ID was there.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know who No ID was, like for real. I knew the legend, right? But he was there with me. And the only reason I started talking to him is because he was in Logic and nobody else was in Logic. I was just being a rebel being in Logic.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was like, are you on retainer too? He's like, nah, not really. I'm like, what? But then JD gave him his first number one. I mean, I asked No ID once I realized who he was. Like, bro, why were you even? He was like, I know who I am, right? Like, I make really good music. But JD had 5 of the top 10. Like, I had to see, like, what's going on? And then as soon as he got there, Let Me Hold You, Bow Wow, Omarion, No ID's first number one.
Yeah.
So, like, JD, man, his reach, man, is crazy. Like, it was school for me.
It's not known yet, but a little birdie may have told me that JD and Bow Wow are hitting the stage for the BET Awards 2025.
Right?
Yeah,
that's classic.
Yeah.
You kind of got to do that. I mean, but that's smart to do that.
Oh, absolutely.
The right people in the room.
Absolutely. It's the right people in the room. I mean, you talk about Bow Wow and BET. What they were able to do. What's some of your earliest memories of BET, Peeje?
Man, it was that.
I go back to Video Soul with Donnie Simpson. I go that far back.
I'm with you. I go back. I had Mint Condition performing live on BET. That was like way back for me when I saw a live band on TV of black dudes. Young. I was like, I want to do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But of course, 106 in Park. I got to do 106 in Park. And speaking of Young Money, that Young Money album, I had seen that screen and that audience so much. For my first time, like on that stage, man, it was crazy. And I'll never forget. Shout out to Emma. Like super fan. She was a Maroon 5 super fan, and she was the only white girl in the middle of all those black people. I'll never forget it because she was in New York, and she was like, "Yo, I'm your fan. I don't care. We in here."
Dedication.
Shout out to Emma, man.
Yeah, that's dope.
Before we let you go, I want to say a couple months ago, I think it was Revolt that put out a list of the top R&B duets of the last 10 years. I think it was. We argued about it for a while.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If I remember correctly, you and JoJo weren't on there when I think it could be made a case it was number one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you don't give a fuck about lists, but
I actually missed that list. I didn't know about that.
The list missed you too, Peeje. The list missed you too. They definitely missed
maybe
you.
that's probably why I hear about it. No,
exactly.
There was like no reason to tell you. But no, listen, I'm not one to like toot my own. Say So is for sure.
it's a classic record.
It's
one of those.
It's been a great one for me. I won Best R&B Song at the Grammys for that. And man, I feel like it's gonna be around for a long time.
Absolutely.
And so obviously, you know, somebody in there they don't get it.
Don't know. And that's okay.
It's fine.
That's fine. That's okay,
respect.
man. They don't get it.
And I think that record, like for the casual fans that didn't know like JoJo and who she really is as far as a vocalist, I think people got it fucked up because, you know, she came out when she was young and had that Leave, Get Out. Like JoJo can sing for real.
No, she can not only just sing, but she's an R&B head. Like that's really what she does. That's really what she grew up on. It wasn't like some transition when she got. Well, I mean, she came out when she was 12. So
right.
It ain't even no free. It was like, oh, when
her Teeny Bopper, like that record's fire. Like Leave, Get Out is a fire record.
She's singing on that.
Very well written, very well sung. And that was right when I was seeing like headlines because I didn't know JoJo. I was seeing headlines of her being free of her deal. And I knew who she was, like from covers, like low key, the singers kind of knew, right? And so I went to her right when I had that. I actually went to somebody first, and then when I saw that, I was like, man, JoJo would be perfect. And people don't really know that's what she does for real, especially like my audience. And man, it went crazy. It went crazy. Still
classic
going crazy.
Record. Classic.
Well, we appreciate you chopping it up.
Yeah.
Thank y'all, man.
I mean, I'm in New Orleans more often than usual,
Yeah.
I'll make that drive.
Oh yeah, no, I
Please.
gotta come out there.
Up to Baton Rouge last time I was there, which was like an hour. So that's, that's a beautiful drive out in
right out there. Yeah, to the country is beautiful, man. It's and for me, I used to live in LA. It's just like going to the airport from my house.
Yeah.
like that's what I had to do all the time.
That's a light
You know
drive.
what I'm saying? But then I got stuff in New Orleans. We got Gumbo Studios in New Orleans too. Like when you come back, man, I gotta bring you around.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
Absolutely.
Sure.
My guy Peeje Morton, thank you, my brother.
Thank y'all, man.
All right, Rory, we are back, BET Awards 2025.
Yes.
And we are joined by another. Listen, we gotta start checking that water down in PG County. There's something in the water. I don't know what it is, but I need about 30 gallons of it.
Yes.
We got another PG County legend. One of my favorites, man. He's up for a video director award.
Yeah, which I didn't know.
Listen,
That's
man,
amazing.
if you can't open your phone and not see one of his clips, one of his videos, visually he's on a whole nother level. Doesn't look like nobody. Doesn't sound like nobody. That's the type of artist that I fuck with. We with my guy Foggieraw.
Thank you.
How you feeling, family?
Feeling good. Yeah, happy to be here.
As always, the delay is immaculate.
I tried.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, how you feeling, man? BT was your first one?
Yeah, that's my first one, yeah.
Video director, man.
Video director, yeah.
How you feeling? You feeling like you taking it back to PG?
You know, yeah, I take it back to PG. You know, PG.
Sound like he's gonna stay in LA.
You know, PG.
Maybe Thanksgiving, Christmas time.
You know, it's like, you know, it's just so much there. So it's just like, you know, we just got to get in line over there. But you know, we do this from home, and just an honor, really a privilege, like to be recognized like that.
Yeah.
Who were some of like the artists coming up in PG, just the DMV area at the same time as you? Because I feel like this younger class has really set the tone just for the DMV area.
Yeah.
Who were some of your peers coming up?
Got Rico Nasty, Q the Fool. We got Matt McGee, IDK.
Love IDK.
IDK's dope.
There's so many. Shabazz. I don't know if y'all know Shabazz. Yeah. Obviously, Ari, she's not my peer, but yeah. I don't want to forget people.
It's always one of those.
Somebody gonna be mad. They gonna be like, "Yo,
I just want to make." There's a cat. His name was Zonway. He was nice. Manny Well. Oh, that's my brother.
Manny. His project is incredible.
Manny. Am I forgetting? Young Manny, Zan Man. So yeah, we got too much.
It's something in the water down there
for sure.
Yeah, and it's which we've talked about with the DMV that always had so much talent, but it never bubbled the way it should have. And then you know,
Go Link. Okay, yeah.
I was gonna say for
your guy.
Yeah.
From Wale, then next generation of Gold Link, Brent, and all that. Like, it did take a while for the DMV to have a roster that they have now. Why do you think that is? Because always had nothing but talent.
You know, it's the go-go though. Yeah, we just was all students of go-go. So I feel like we really didn't start making non-go-go music until about like 2012, 13.
Yeah.
That's when we first started. And then, you know, we kind of grew up into our own sounds and things like that. So yeah.
I've always found it interesting too that you guys don't lean on the club music the way the rest of the world now is. Is that just because you grew up on it? It was like, I think so. It's just like go-go is just too, that's all. That's what we know as club music.
Right. Yeah.
So everything else is just like, this is our own artistic whole swag that we do. Yeah.
What is some of your inspirations? Because obviously your style is something that sets you apart from a lot of people.
Yeah.
Just stylistically, who were some of the people growing up that you looked at was like, that's like my type of lane right there?
Yeah. Well, definitely from home, obviously Wale.
Yeah.
Like just
one of the freshest.
Just, you know, a poet, but like a cool guy too. Obviously like Jay-Z, Kanye, Chameleon actually was a big inspo for me. Yeah, okay. Chameleon, Lil Wayne, Black Thought, you know, so MF Doom, big inspo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
MF Doom, I always even try to be like, it's always in my head, like I'm trying to be what MF Doom would have been if he didn't wear a mask type thing. So that's how, you know, I always want to portray myself. And lastly, I say Lupe.
Okay,
yeah, big one for me.
I do want to have a quick moment of silence for Stadium. Strip club in DC.
Great nights.
I was too young.
Great nights, man. You missed it.
Last time I went to DC,
you missed a wave. You missed a wave.
Man, last time I went to DC was the first time I think I'd been there since it closed.
Yeah.
And like just coming down, going past the
Just didn't
checkers.
feel the same.
It's just something was different in the air.
I mean, we missed the food. We missed the service. You know what I'm saying? We missed.
That's why you was going there.
Oh man, we missed the beautiful people that just worked there. They were so welcoming. It was such a welcoming committee that they had there at the stadium.
Have you tried to have Mambo sauce outside of the DC, Maryland area before?
So, they do the little mild sauce in Chicago.
Yeah.
That's like a little
It's close.
off-brand.
Similar to it.
But it's not Mambo sauce, though.
No.
Yeah,
no, absolutely not.
What's the best spot in Maryland or DC for wings and
They're going to kill me for this.
Yeah.
This is age-old argument, so I'm curious where you land on it.
You know Howard China?
Ho Chi? Yeah, that's my
Ho Chi?
favorite.
Yeah.
I get people saying Ho Chi every time.
Yeah, I say Ho Chi.
Yeah, Ho Chi.
I feel like that's like the most in the middle spot. Like if you got to go.
It's consistent. You know every time it's
exactly.
But what's the spot that is probably second to Ho Chi?
You know what it is? It's so many spots, you know it, but you don't know the name. You just know
That's where the food is fire. Like, you know where it's at right there on the corner. Like, you make the left right there. That's just we've been going there for 15 years. They don't even do the sign over. Like, y'all know what it is in here, man. Come get this food and get out of here, man.
But I think it's a spot called Kenny's. It's out one more time. So they decent, though. I go there a lot when I'm back home, so yeah.
Foggy, as an artist, who's the one person that you haven't gotten a chance to collab with yet on any level that you like, we gotta do something?
I mean, I would have to say Frank Ocean.
Okay.
I feel like that's really the greatest artist we got. Like that's like, yeah. So him, that would be an honor for every artist. You want to work with you. So yeah.
Shout out to Frank, man.
I had on my predictions of 2025, we did it in January. I think we're going to get a Frank project this year.
This year?
I do. I really do think it's gonna happen.
I mean, it exists. A couple of them exist.
Yeah. There's like a double disc, triple disc. It could come out whenever it could come out. But I think he owes us this year. It's been enough.
It's been
even
enough
Frank
time.
Like we've given you your mysterious decade.
Yeah.
Like it's time.
Like,
I was fine before of you disappearing.
Yeah.
But now it's time.
But I'm on the side where I'm like, once you've done something as good as Blonde, I just feel like you don't. Oh, like you're cool.
Yeah. Whenever you're ready. Yeah.
Whenever you want to, you do it. But
I mean, I was always on that side too with people giving Lauren flack. I was like, I don't want to force Lauren. Like if she's not putting out an album, I don't want her to to do it. People want it.
Frank, I'm sorry. Miss Lauren
Hill. I apologize. Yes.
Right. I got you.
Yes. And you performed with Miss Lauren Hill, didn't you?
Yeah.
How was that experience for you?
It was. I still don't even believe it was real. Like, she's just such a
humble soul.
Oh, more than humble.
Yeah.
And she's like, everybody looks at her and be like, oh, this is a greater musician than I am. So it was like your music mom almost, just like teaching you, showing you everything. I'm just like, how are you so nice and so smart and everything? It's just she the best.
Yeah.
Have you listened to any of Zion's music?
Yeah, absolutely.
He's great.
Yeah.
He's like,
I mean, it's all in the blood.
He just
can't make good music. He can't not make good music.
What was like backstage and just that whole pre-show feeling?
Honestly, so I remember, shout out to Marcin. We was, doing our little sound checks and we were just like, okay, like planning like, should we go hug her? Like, how should we go? Like, what should we do? Like, So we were just debating, like, all right, like if she do this, then I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
So we just, we saw her for the first time, and then she said something to us. We were like, okay, so we could just go.
You can see us.
Yeah. So I remember, she gave us a hug the first time. So boom, I'm like, I did my little sound check, and I'm like, I'm gonna give her a hug again. I'm just go ahead and give her another hug. So I gave her a hug, and then I remember. I think she was leaving the venue. I was like, "Can I have another hug?" And I just took her.
Foggy all hugged out.
With Miss Lauren Hill, you're allowed to be the "Where's my hug at" guy.
I needed my hug. You never know when I'm gonna have this moment or this chance again. So I'm gonna, if I get kicked out by security,
it don't matter. I needed it. I needed it.
When can we expect some more music? I know. I mean, like anytime I open my phone, you got a video up.
Prairie View was fire, by the way.
Like Foggy, you definitely work. But when can we expect a new full length project?
Well, I got some singles coming out first, so we're gonna get there. But I want.
Don't put a date on it and then promise us a date and then you don't hit that date. Don't do that.
Well, I got my mixtape out.
Right.
My mixtape is out. That's in the street. So we working at, and then my album, it'll be soon. It won't be a year away.
I'll take that.
It won't be a year.
I'll take that. It'll be soon. We don't got a date. It'll be soon.
It'll be soon.
Foggy, next time you're in New York, you got to come by. We got to do a real proper in-studio session with you.
For sure.
One of my favorites. We connected. We was trying to meet in New York.
Yeah, for sure.
I kept missing when you was in town. We was out of town.
Yeah.
We kept missing. I'm glad we see you here at BT Awards 2025. And can't wait to see you in New York, my brother.
No,
you got your speech ready?
Get your speech ready. Because you got to go up there and pop it now.
I ain't expecting to win, so I'm gonna wing it.
That's what everyone says. Cool. I get it.
I ain't expecting to go up there and say that. I wasn't even
just honor me nominated. My peers.
Y'all know what I do. Y'all see me.
You know what? You know what it is.
Yeah. My guy, Foggieraw, Peeje County legend.
Yes.
Okay, we are back with another. I wouldn't even say friend of the show, family of the show. We've done the electric slide in my living room.
Yeah, it don't get more family than that.
She's parked a Sprinter in my driveway.
Yeah,
this has become like a family affair. Day 2 of the BET Awards.
Joyce Wrice, how you feeling?
Yes, the amazing, talented Joyce. Thank you for joining us.
How you feeling? BET Awards 2025.
I know, it's so exciting.
Yeah,
I'm happy to be here. This is my first time doing this.
Oh, but not at the BET Awards though.
No, like this media.
Okay, doing the media room. Okay.
And how are you dealing with it? Because you're not like a sit down and talk to people on microphone.
Am I not?
I feel like you have to be.
But I know you off mic and your personality. This is just like not your thing, which I get. It's not our thing either. I don't even know why it's a career.
It's your thing. You are very good at it.
Yeah, thank you.
But I'm actually enjoying it. I think I like talking to people.
Okay.
And I've been doing music for a minute now, so it's important for me to get people hip to what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I'm actually having a great time.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's, crowded and a lot happening.
It's a lot of moving and
I'm just
pulling
happy to be here.
Yeah.
So it's fun. Thanks for making time for me.
Oh, of course. Absolutely.
Revival is out. Also, Butterflies with Isaiah Falls, which is incredible. The visual is fire. Isaiah is definitely one of my favorite new
Have you
R&B.
guys talked with him yet, or?
Yeah. Well, he just did a record with Emotional Oranges that just came out.
That song is so good.
So
he played that for me like way before, and it's so good.
Reached out to him. I think it was right before Butterflies had dropped, and I wanted to work with him for my stuff, and then got him in with EO. He's actually going to go on tour with EO, which hasn't been like fully announced, but Isaiah is incredible. That Butterflies record is nuts.
Thank you. I'm so grateful he asked me to be on it. Because it was like going viral on TikTok for a minute. And then he was like, I want you on this record. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. And then it's on top 30 urban radio and stuff like that. Yeah. My first time.
Which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it. With everything you've done with D-Mile, K-Tronada, nothing has hit as high as that so far, which is...
independent.
Yes.
It's beautiful though. Independence is beautiful.
Thank you. I'm loving it. I we'll see what happens, but I'm just gonna keep pushing through.
Is there a plan with a full album soon? Now that
I've been working on my second album for 2 years.
Okay.
I know I'm like maybe not the most vocal about it, but I've been working and I'm doing a camp at the end of this month.
Okay.
And I'm hoping to wrap it up soon. I've been working with D-Mile, of course, K-Tronada, of course. I wrote 2 songs I really love with Leon Thomas.
Okay.
Who else? James Fauntleroy.
Oh, incredible.
Fire.
Yeah. Okay, you're gonna have to send me some untitled links.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm gonna have to hear
I know
those.
what that smile means. That means you got one.
That's a dream.
Was it? I mean, everyone that listens to this podcast knows that's like my North Star. That's, to me, he's the greatest of all time. Was it Ant or was it you that posted it on IG when you guys worked the first time? I saw that video on Instagram. I was like, oh shit, all right.
So, well, I did a session with D-Mile and James Fauntleroy first, out of just like me being able to, I think like DM him or something.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to work with Ant, who is also amazing. We have a song called Fear of Missing Out. And that second time was Ant on writing and James on production.
Okay.
And then I did another one with James where it was just me and James.
Okay.
And again, James been producing a lot and I love what he does. So we'll see at least one of them.
Yeah.
But I have so much music. I've made like over 100 song ideas. So I have a lot.
Jasmine's gonna have to send me a whole
We got you.
Dropbox link? Because
Me and
if
Isaiah
something don't make it,
too.
I might have to take it.
Yeah, I know. I have so much, so I'm grateful that there's things that I can continue to put out.
What were those
making it make
sessions like with James? I always say people pretend to be weirdos. When I say weirdo, I mean that in the most respectful way possible. People pretend to be weird, like to be the artist.
Yeah,
I'm weird.
the artsy weird.
James is that. He's not faking.
he's
like that.
yeah.
He is
That's
that
really
type
weird.
of genius. What are those sessions like? Did he pull out a samurai sword? Like what?
No,
Just for no reason.
he needs to be smoking.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a mask
Okay.
because my allergies and my I'm like,
Yeah.
but no, it's just him smoking. Sometimes he's drawing. He's very artistic. Like he's so talented. And yeah, I don't even know. I wish I could enter his brain because he just kind of wants to take the lead and have you just trust him and follow through. But he'll just start writing. I'll tell him a word or a concept or what I'm going through, and then he'll create off of that.
Yeah.
What's been the difference working with him on the production side, D-Mile, and Kaytranada? Like, what are the processes and how do they differ?
With James, he'll produce from scratch on his like beat machine, and then D-Mile will also produce from scratch. Of course, he plays all instruments, so he'll just pick up and
it's one of the
build
greatest of all
like
time.
in an hour, like so fast. And D-Mile also has really great, just like lyrics, vocal production. He's just the full thing.
Yeah.
So with him, it's more from scratch, and then. You said Kaytranada. Kaytranada, I mean, I love working from scratch with him, but he also just has so much in the vault.
Yeah.
So he'll play a bunch of stuff. Like the Ice-T song I have with him, he played that beat. I think it was the first session I ever did with him and the first beat he played. And I was like, I want that.
Yeah.
So he'll just play stuff and then I'll write with Mac and, just kind of freestyle.
Yeah.
And then when I'm in the booth, sometimes he'll be like, give me more Shaka Khan or like he'll just kind of direct me. But overall, everyone's really easy, down to earth.
Yeah.
Like I could hang out with these people.
Yeah.
I think
most important part.
that's the most important part.
Yeah.
I feel like you've definitely covered a lot with your peers as far as features in the R&B space, whether it be Sego, etc. You have dabbled in the rap world, which I think has been overlooked of how you sound on rap records. Do you want to do any rap features on this next project?
Absolutely.
Because you and Freddie together was crazy.
Oh, you mean rap? Me rap?
Well,
Yeah.
I wasn't saying. I mean,
Why not?
I think she could do it.
Yeah, she could do it.
I actually did something with. Do you guys know Jay Anthony?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did something for him, and I'm actually rapping.
Okay. Can
I wanna hear it.
Can I get the first four?
Let's hear it, Joyce. You can't do that. You can't tell us you spitting bars and we not hear it.
I can't. It's
It's
not
what?
coming out yet.
It's not coming out.
I'm trying to think. Well, I have to remember. I've been writing and recording so much I can't even recall.
It's all right, but when it come out, I want to hear it though.
It's coming out.
All right, cool.
It's
I
on a
want you to say
project.
it's coming out and it's not.
I think I don't know, Larry June's on it. It's like a bunch of that.
Okay, love that. Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
love that.
All right, fire.
What other rappers would you want to work with?
So that's another thing too. It's been a little challenging to find rappers that I'm excited about right now.
Yeah.
You're not alone there.
I hope I'm not alone.
You're not.
No, you're not.
Okay.
Trust me, you're not.
Not at all.
All respect.
All
but-
respect, always. But
I mean, but I think like somebody like a Jid, you guys would
Oh
be
my God,
incredible together.
yes.
Like, even Earth Gang, I know they don't always consider themselves rappers, but I think
No,
they
Earth
rap,
Gang.
They rap
I
better
love
than most.
Smino. Him and I
Incredible.
still
Fire.
haven't worked yet.
You and Smino have never worked?
No.
I just assumed nothing came out with y'all had worked.
I wanted him and Guapdad on Overgrown actually.
Okay.
But it just didn't work out. And I hope this time around it will, because Smino's like just so left, like so creative. And he plays the drums, so I feel like that's why his pocket is so clutch. But yeah, I love Smino. I love Jid.
yeah, shout out to Jid.
Doechii would be amazing.
Of course, yeah.
Shout out to Doech. Yeah.
Incredible, yeah.
I want to do like a voguing dance type record, and I feel like
Ooh.
it would be really cool to have her on that.
Okay.
Have you tapped in with Dixon?
Dixon has also written on.
One of the best. So Dixon would be the path to the Doechii connection
really?
for sure. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Talk to Dixon.
Actually, I will say Doechii has a vlog on her YouTube where my song is the background music.
Oh. So she's aware of it.
Oh, so yeah. So there you go right there. That's the universe talking. Yeah, absolutely.
So do we have a date, month, anytime we can expect either the next record or the full project? You don't have to say. Put it in a box, but I understand.
I'm finishing it up this year.
Okay.
And the rollout is so important to me, having the visuals and everything locked in. So I can't say when exactly because I want all that.
Yeah.
But very soon.
And you have to wait for your incredible manager to stop being everyone on Earth's tour manager. Shout out to Jasmine, who's smoking every tour that every world tour I see. I'm like, oh, Jasmine's doing it. Of course.
She's not here?
No, she's on tour with Friday.
Oh my God.
She's running JC Touring. If you need a black tour manager who is not your average tour manager, she will care for you.
Yes.
And always put you before everything.
For sure.
Joyce, BT Awards.
Rice.
Joyce Wrice, BT Awards 2025.
Rory, love you guys so much. Thank you for your time.
All right, Rory, we are back. 2025 BT Awards. And we are joined by, we started our show Don't Know Ball.
Yes.
So I think that it makes sense that we are joined by somebody that knows ball, that has played ball on the higgest level, that can probably bust both of our asses, Rory, and I would not be embarrassed about it. It'd be all good. Fuck it, we'll take our L.
It wouldn't even be a contest.
Yeah, it wouldn't even be a game.
The fact that you said probably is crazy.
I mean, listen, I'm thinking set the screen for me. Let me come off the screen to get my shit off, Rory.
Nah.
We are joined by the talented, the dope Kysre Gondrezick.
Yes.
How you doing? Good to see you. Pleasure to meet you.
Good. It's nice to meet you guys as well. I heard you guys are funny guys.
I mean, we try.
Yeah.
We try.
No, that's just because we share a publicist, and she told you that.
How you feeling? BET Awards 2025. Is this your first one?
This is completely new territory for me. But I'm happy to know that I've been invited and you know to be around people that do things completely different from what I do and support them, but do what I do best. Go on the red carpet, shut it down.
Right, shut it down. Now listen, I've been listening. Simone is doing a great job. Every time I open my phone, Kysre is all over my timeline, shutting down the wreck. She got that shit on. She always looked good. I'm like, all right, Kysre, I see you out here moving around. How has it been transitioning from just an athlete into beauty, into fashion, into all these worlds that I'm sure that you've always wanted to expand into?
Honestly, it's been fitting and rewarding and graceful, to be honest. I feel like God has moved me into rooms that my resume hasn't even qualified for. But when I show up, I know that I'm there because of him. And I've only been doing this for little under a year now. I've worked with Vogue Runway, walked in runways, have 2 magazines, another one coming out in a couple of days.
Working. Yeah.
And but it's made me have a different respect for other people that don't, play sports, because the sports world is all I know. But to be able to take my work ethic and my discipline and transition into other fields as well as acting classes, I can't complain right now. But I'm learning my gifts. I'm learning the expansion of who he is, and I'm enjoying the process.
What's you brought up discipline and work ethic. What are the similarities and the differences between being an athlete and everything that you're doing now?
Yeah. Ooh, that's a hell of a question. I would say it's the same. It's just a different schedule. Basketball is more set in stone. You know when to go to practice. You know your entire schedule for the whole season. This is on the go. Hey, you got to go to Paris. So-and-so wants to shoot you. You just got booked for a cover. You have to do this. And it's just like basketball always being on point. And I've really taken the initiative to really clean myself up, pay attention to my body more, slim out a little bit. Just always on go. But I'm not going to lie. I'm a Leo. That's how I live.
So have you preferred the non-schedule?
I don't prefer it, but I've learned to adapt to it a little bit more. So, yeah.
Now, over the last few years, the elevation of the WNBA, with players like Angel Reese coming in, Caitlin Clark, yourselves, it's been great to see the women expand away from the court and do things that they really love, whether it's fashion and things like that, film, podcasting. How important is it for you to do what you're passionate about, but also remember that basketball is what propels all of these other opportunities?
Yeah, I always say it. It's funny because one of my favorite quotes is from T.D. Jakes in his book, Disruptive Thinking. He said, people that met me as a pastor will never see me as an author. People that meet me as an author will never see me as, whatever his titles are. And so I kind of implement that with myself. You know, basketball is what I do, but I am also a high fashion model now. You know, in the meantime, I'll turn around and I will be an actress. And people that meet me in those fields don't even realize that I did once play basketball, you know, and that's still in the cards as well. I pray to God, I'm like, I want all of it to come together.
Yeah.
But it is a lot of work. I think it's important though for women to carve themselves outside of what they do, not just women in general, but for everyone, because this is a society where we live in where you can become so one-dimensional and let the world label who you are, and then you start to believe it. So I always try to remember that the places that him and I talk about, the vision that he sees for me, the way that I see myself is something that the world could never define me for.
Simone, she's good.
Yeah, this is the best media train ever.
Yes.
All right.
Listen, this is real. She's great.
Now I'm gonna try to throw a curveball. All right, so Maul and I are proud New Yorkers.
Okay.
Can you say something bad about Tyrese Halliburton?
What the hell?
No, Kysre, don't say
what
that.
everyone says?
Just got her.
Man,
Yes.
God.
Well,
The fifth tower fell. Madison Square Garden fell last week. No, but it has been fun to watch the WNBA. Like it's exciting now. Like it's like a lot more people are watching the women's game. How do you feel about, you know, I guess the flack that Angel has been receiving for kind of being like, you know, aggressive on the court, picking up technical fouls, pushing players?
Yeah.
I love it. I think that, you know, a lot of that is part of the game, but it is like a super microscope on Angel. I think because of a lot of things that she's doing away from the court. They know that she's, you know, obviously a bigger brand than probably the WNBA right now.
Right.
But how do you feel watching that and kind of like, yes, this is what we are supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be doing what we love, playing basketball, but also expanding our brands beyond just the court.
Yeah, I mean, it was incredible to watch. You know, I was alongside of her, you know, being a teammate and her, you know, to be able to watch me. I didn't even know that she watched me growing up before NIL. You know, when I got drafted, it was like, you created the way for us, you know? And so for me, it's like, I always encourage her to do it. I'm so happy to see her flourishing. We all know though that she's loud and she receives the backlash that she does because she's a Black woman.
And because she's
Black
great.
first.
And she's great.
And she's great.
Absolutely. If she wasn't great, they wouldn't be doing that.
Yeah. So, I mean, if anything, I think more people look up to her than put her down. I think that it's just easier to try to place your limitations off on someone else when they're more than comfortable being the example. And she is the example.
Absolutely.
What was draft night like for you?
So I actually got drafted in LA. I was the only one that didn't get invited to the draft.
Okay.
But the fourth pick, they called my name. And
it was like, I fucking told you.
No one watched the draft after that. That's what I was told.
Right. That's what I was told. That's what I heard.
That's, you know. But I was grateful just to know that my name was called. And, you know, I had lost my father like a month right before that in the middle of the season. And I still kept going. And he told me, he was like, you're going to be a top 5 pick and All-American. And I'm like, no, I'm not. And I became everything that he said I was. And finally took the time my rookie year to finally take the time to grieve the loss of my father, but then also the loss of myself, because you're always endlessly becoming someone new. But it was amazing. Like it's crazy when you work your entire life for something, and then once when you have it, you have to start all over again. And so I'm in the beauty of that right now.
Now, we know that you obviously pay attention to physical health. You have to be an athlete. High fashion model, so physical health is important. Let's talk about the mental health though. How does Kysre mentally stay focused, stay sharp, and take care of Kysre first?
Because Kysre knows who Kysre is.
Right.
And it was not an easy journey. I feel sometimes my aura is very intimidating, but I think that it only comes from a place because people pick up the security of how I feel.
Talk to that,
and I own that. I own that power. I know who I am, who I was carved out to be by my creator, and what my purpose is. And so I'm always reminding myself of staying in that. And like I said, I'm a Leo. I'll cut anybody off. Like
she made that very clear.
Like,
I'm a Leo. I'll cut anybody off.
I'm one of the ones I can love you to death, and you will not get a word from me. It's just my
That's a superpower.
Is everything. I've worked by myself along with, you know, obviously my creator to get to this space. So no one has a say so on who I become in the process.
Before we let you go, one of our co-hosts, Demaris, her and I have this debate about the movie Love and Basketball off mic all the time. Do you feel like Monica should have stayed with Q on the bleachers instead of going back for curfew that started the breakup?
I'm not gonna lie. I had to take a 6 a.m. because I stayed on the bleachers for somebody.
Gangster. She stayed. Kysre stayed.
Demaris, you heard that? Monica was wrong.
She was wrong. She was
Monica
wrong.
should have stayed with her man.
I'm gonna take that L.
Yeah.
It's just running.
Yeah, it's just running. That's all. We can run some stairs.
Monica's like, no, I'm not gonna start. Like, that girl, that coach not trying to find your dorm knocking at 11 a.m.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Now, Kysre, we're at the BET Awards 2025. What are some of your earliest memories growing up watching BET?
Sierra and Chris Brown.
Okay.
I think that was the moment.
Oh, yeah.
That's just like the first thing that comes to my head.
She was a classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that performance is crazy too.
Yeah, Mr. 106 in Park, Bow Wow will be performing this year.
Oh wow!
At the BET
I was
Awards.
actually with him yesterday hosting the celebrity basketball game. I was one of the commentators. Cool guy.
Yeah,
cool guy.
that was a legend.
Who balled out? We weren't able to go because we're not
White
celebrities.
Iverson.
Wait. White Iverson was there?
Yeah, he won MVP.
Wait, Post Malone played?
No, man.
Oh my god.
Kysre, excuse my co-host. He's from the Caucasus Mountains. He doesn't get it yet.
Double entendres?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Kysre, thank you for stopping by. When you're in New York, you got to come by the studio so we can kick it, do an in-depth, in-person Rory and Maul with Kysre session. And good luck along the way. Salute to you and everything that you're doing away from the court. With everything with beauty, mental health awareness. Simone is doing a great job with you. We locked in. We support Kysre and everything that she does.
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys for having me.
Thank you so much.